If you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you can request up as well. I can give you several reasons as to why you should. Now let's get to Sebastian here. Continue to tap the screen, get the likes up, knock out the little 1-cent gift goals to boost us out in the FYP. Share out the live, repost, add it to your story, send your daily heartbeats, and let's get the show on the road. Sebastian, did you vote for Trump? Sebastian, you there? Sebastian, you have an invite to unmute. I'm not sure where Sebastian went. 24-hour stream? I beg your pardon? Are we talking about the strikes? Are we talking about the strikes? All right. Sebastian doesn't know how to work a mute button. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people that I'd like to have a conversation with. Not letting me unmute. Literally sent you an invite, my guy. It was to be a button. It would flash across your screen, and it would let you unmute. Hold on. Here we go. You're gonna send another. I'm gonna send another invite. Bam. Press that pop up. Press that pop up, and it'll let you unmute. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. Sebastian, just request up. Request back up. Request back up. Because it could be a glitch. I don't know. It could be a glitch. I have him blocked. Oof. Request back up. See if that fixed the issue. Alrighty. Trump supporters, I want to know your thoughts on Iran. I want to know your thoughts on the fact that the president of the United States very well said that if you cannot make a deal with Iran, that you're a weak and effective president. We played this on video yesterday. That's the problem with social media. Everything's recorded. Everything's clipped. And everything could be played right back in your face. Donald Trump said himself, you're a weak and ineffective president if you can't get a deal done with Iran. Of course, it was typical for him to try this stuff with a black president, one of the most accomplished ones that we've ever had. And then when it comes to himself, well, Americans are going to be the casualty of war, right? It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. And then I also have a couple posts from him as well. There's a couple posts that we made. I will never forget the one where he talked about in 2016 and even well into 2020, a regime change. We are done with the policies of regime changes. We are done with the policies of intervention, right? And globalist, nationalists, all these different things. But now the president of the United States was threatening boots on the ground in Iran to support the protests there and the overthrow of their current regime. He was talking about how he wanted them to rise up and take over their government, which I agree with. The U.S. was never supposed to play a role in that action. It's not our responsibility. And then for our interests, no. Ultimately, this is about Israel wanting to get rid of another enemy who hates them. That's all it is. That's all it is. So when did we become, let me take that back. When did we become even more so pro-Israel than we already are? Why is it that Trump supporters are now going, yes, this is a beautiful thing. This is a great thing. We can't wait. W Iran. I'm going to move there as soon as they're done. I didn't actually hear that. But it wouldn't surprise me. I didn't actually hear that, but it wouldn't surprise me. Looks like we have a guest up here. Let's get the show on the road. Lee Austin, did you vote for Trump?
Hell no.
Alrighty. Trump supporters request up in the box. If you did not vote for Trump, this conversation isn't for you. Better yet, we know a bunch of people who didn't vote for Trump but still support him. That's weird too. You have a growing number of people who's like, hey, I didn't vote for him, but I support every single thing that he's doing. Okay, Jan. I'll help them pack their bags. That part. Listen. I'll get the fun going tomorrow. We'll do the we'll send Trump supporters off to Iran fun. Absolutely. You guys can build Magatopia right in Iran. I'm looking forward to it. Magatopia in Iran, bro. Who wants to take first dibs? Who wants to take first dibs? Who's this guy? We're just going to say Joy. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Is that Raising Cane's in your profile picture?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, ain't bad. I can't knock it. Do you regret your vote?
I At one point it did, but now I think it's the best thing ever.
So no.
First,
You said best thing ever.
the best vote ever. Yeah, for the future, I think this is probably the best vote I could have made. A lot of people said the vote was wrong in the beginning. No. Trump being the candidate of the war in Iran is probably the best thing.
Trump being the candidate of the war in Iran. I remember that candidate running off of no new wars, and now he's embracing one.
Yeah, but who's attached to this? JD Vance, right? Hey, JD Vance, we're going to lose.
What does JD Vance have to do with Iran?
Oh yeah, he's going to run in 28, and he's going to be attached to the war in Iran. He was sitting in the command center. He approved this along with Donald Trump. If he has to run in 28, the chances of
that's what a vice president does.
Oh yeah, and if he has to run in 28, he's going to have to answer for that.
What does that mean? Do you think that's a good thing?
It's a good thing for me because I hate him.
Okay, so you think Trump? Okay, so now we're putting off Trump's actions on JD Vance in 2028, who would be Trump's vice president, supports this action. Using this as an example to put Trump out of the running and use it as a negative would be ridiculous, considering that the sitting president, who you supported and voted for, condoned all of this. We have years up until JD Vance has to be held accountable for the actions of his president. We're talking about Trump right now.
Oh yeah, but like, I look at politics as like a long game. It's like a football game. Like who can get the ball closest to the end zone before he can score a touchdown.
Yeah, long term,
like
I have even more
game.
evidence to show that Trump supporters got played. So I do appreciate that.
Oh,
you guys remember signs like this?
For us. I agree.
Do you guys remember these signs here? You can't see it over on YouTube, but this is a picture of a sign that was put out through 2024. Kamala Harris will send your children to war. Stop wars. Vote Trump Vance. How many veterans or family of veterans do we have in the chat? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a veteran. Put a 2 in the chat if you're a family member of a veteran or you have an associate who's a veteran. 1 in the chat if you're a veteran. 2 in the chat if you're a veteran, associate, family, so on and so forth. Okay. So I know some people who are veterans, and I remember the calls that they got early Saturday morning that they have to be deployed and they don't know where. And I think that's crazy because that was supposed to be Kamala Harris's job, despite the fact that Kamala Harris said she does not support this and it is a war of choice. So my question to you, Joy, why do you like being played? Did you not see the signs before 2024, November specifically?
Oh no, I never had one of those signs out, but I would agree.
Not that sign. I just mean the signs in general that Donald Trump lied about his stance on wars.
Oh yeah, that's good for us because that's going to give us an opening to wedge ourselves into the party.
A liar is good for your party? Lies are good for the Republican Party? Because people voted on behalf of those lies. People voted for the opposite of what's happening right now.
Now they're going to be punished.
Who's going to be punished?
All these Republican bigwigs, all of the donors, all these people that run these.
I'm not sure you're tracking this conversation at all because you're just saying a bunch of random things that do not quite go with the train of this conversation.
No, you're just failing to understand like how someone looks at the world in like a long game. You're like, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. Sure, I can agree
you think
on a
this
lot
is
of
just
these
about
things,
Trump? No, this is about the Republican Party as a whole. Many of them who voted for this condone this and are still excusing it right now. It is a majority of Democrats who condemn this war, and it's the Republicans who says we want it.
Yeah, true. They all got to go. Yeah.
Okay. The problem with that is some of these appointees that have been put into place aren't just lasting for Trump terms or even 8-year terms. We can talk about the Supreme Court justices that he picked. That is lifetime seats. We can talk about the fact that he is preparing to have rule and power over foreign relations long after he's out of the executive branch with the Board of Peace.
Yeah, but one day you have to just fight and hope that you think someone like me is eventually going to be able to make those decisions, and we're not going to have someone like on the board.
Trump supporters request up in the box here with the demographic of people that I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the Tube side, you may call on the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I don't know why these stand for nothing Trump supporters just keep requesting up. Like, what was that? What was that? Thank you guys for the gifts. Appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and reset it to a different goal. What was that? Like, what? Like, what? Like, I'm still confused. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. I'm still confused as to what the hell he was trying to say. Accountability, and those Republicans are going to go. They're not, though. And regardless if the Republicans get unsavory with them and vote them out, say this November, come midterms, there's still a base who just wants a different batch to do a quote unquote better job. Do we understand that there are Trump supporters who are saying right now, I have an issue with Trump because he's not going far enough with mass deportation? That is a real sentiment that they hold. That is a true statement that they share, that he hasn't done enough with mass deportation. So the actions we've gotten to so far, the Americans that are dead, the undocumented migrants who were on the pathway to citizenship that just completely lost their ability, they're just done. It's over. And someone's going, what it took to do what we've done so far, we need that times 10. Never mind how much we've spent on these actions. Never mind the money we'll be spending coming out of our pockets from the lawsuits, the class action lawsuits or corporations otherwise. Never mind any of that. We're just going to deal with it. I say, we fix this country with accountability, and that starts with voting in these midterm elections. That starts with getting every single person who supports Trump and white supremacy and everything of the sort out of their positions. And then we can have real conversations about how to fix things here. I've seen Trump is going to interfere midterm from Iran war. I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't know what you're trying to say there. Try to type that up clearly next time. Trump supporters request up in the box here with the demographic of people that I like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can be calling the number on screen, 737-295-5321. But yeah, I'll never forget that sign, bro. I will never forget that sign. Kamala Harris will send your children to war. Dude even had the nerve to make a Wild Truth Social post. Let me see if I can find it here. I think they're saying he'll use war as an excuse to cancel control of the midterms. No, that's a reach. Because you could use any overseas power to do so. They would have to have significant attacks here on U.S. soil to justify that. No, this far reach thing where they're just attacking our bases. No, something crazy, something devastating would have to happen in the United States for him to even have that opportunity. So no, that's fear mongering. That's fear mongering. We don't do that here. Let's see. I want to get that fixed here. Thank you, Desiree, for the gifts. I appreciate you. I see the weirdos over on the YouTube side. Yikes. That's ain't gonna happen over work, just helping with clarification. Yeah. They made signs way more. Yeah, I mean, of course they had worse signs. You guys remember the signs of Kamala Harris on her knees ready to slurp up Trump? I do. I remember those signs. I don't remember Kamala Harris being in a particular man's files and being alleged to be sucking off Bubba, but I digress. I also want to remind everyone. Kamala Harris doesn't have nude photos of herself posted all over social media. Okay? America. Kamala Harris doesn't have that. You know who does have that? The First Lady. Kamala Harris, the beautiful, educated, classy woman that she is, doesn't have nude photos blasted everywhere. Now, I'm not slut-shaming or anything of that nature. Absolutely not. But I just find it interesting. You guys said that she did her way to the top and all this other stuff. Since apparently did an exceptional job, First Lady just gets to be Trump's cuck, be a pretty picture there who just reads children's books pathetically, and be exposed by Russia. Just want to remind everyone. With that being said, continue to tap the screen, share out the live with your friends and family, double tap until we get the likes up to 75K and beyond. 471 of you in here. Let's get some Trump supporters in the box. I don't know what it is about Sundays. I don't know if they just get a little chicken or what, but Sundays are always weird with Trump supporters. DD, did you vote for Trump?
I sure did. First time ever voted Republican. I'm not saying I would do it again, but I will not vote for Kamala.
Her name is Kamala Harris. You said that she's Indian in the comments.
Yes, she is.
So, how do you know this?
Because her mother is Indian.
Because her mother is Indian. Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting.
And her father's Jamaican. Supposed to be.
Supposed to be. What's Jamaican?
Mhm.
Or at least what is 93% of the populace of Jamaica?
I have no idea what her father is. Please don't ask me.
You just said what her father is.
Didn't look like a Jamaican man
You
to
just
me.
said what her father is.
Well, that's what she said he is.
No, it's not what she said. It's what he said. It's what reports have shown. It's what his
I don't
birth
think he
certificate
said
shows.
anything. No,
He quite literally has.
I don't think so because I think they sent someone there to check it, and he didn't even come out.
Who's they?
He didn't.
Who's
They
they?
sent someone. I don't know who that they are, but I
You
heard
keep saying
a
you know
rumor.
things, and then when I ask you another thing about the thing that you allegedly know, then you say you don't
Well,
know. It's
no, I
very
don't know. I
contradictory.
wasn't there, so I can't be 100%
Well, you
sure.
said they sent someone, so then you would have to know who was
Well,
sent, how they
yeah.
were sent, and what they found.
Well, let's just say I heard.
You
But
heard.
put it like this.
I
do
heard
not
that
like
pigs
that
fly
man.
and they like to bacon themselves.
Well, maybe so.
Yeah, let's be a little
Now,
bit
you
smarter than that, ma'am.
cannot get
So,
upset
93%
because
of
someone
Jamaicans are
voted.
black. We can very much look at the heritage of Donald J. Harris, her father,
Donald J.
and he
Harris.
is
Who's
a
Donald J.
black person.
Harris?
He is an Afro-Jamaican. He would reflect the 93% of Jamaica as it sits today. They are black. They are Afro. Kamala Harris's
Well,
mother,
you look
I
like
can
a.
never remember her name to pronounce it for the life of me, is
I
South
couldn't.
Asian or of Indian descent. Do you know
Yeah,
what biracial means?
I sure do.
What does biracial mean?
What it mean to you?
I asked you
I
what it
know good
means.
and well she's not a black
What
American
does
Foundation
biracial
black
mean?
woman. She's
What does biracial mean?
two mixed
Ma'am, if you don't know, you can just say you don't know. No one's going to judge you.
I'm not that worried about you judging me, sweetheart. I'm just saying that
Well, apparently
I
you are
don't
because you don't
like
know how to
her.
answer simple questions.
Well, no, I can answer it. And she got an Indian mother and
That has nothing to
supposedly
do with being
Indian
biracial. So
father.
I'm going to repeat the
Well,
question
then you
again just in
explain
case
it
you
to
had a
me then.
comprehension problem. Do you know what biracial is?
Well, please explain it to me since I don't know.
Oh, so you
And
don't. So
remember,
are you admitting that you don't know because you could have done that like 2 minutes ago?
yeah, I'm admitting I don't know.
Not a problem. Got you. Biracial would be reflective of an individual that has two races in them, right? Would have
Didn't
parents
I
of two
just say
different
that?
backgrounds. You didn't.
Didn't I
You
just say
literally
that?
didn't. And then you would have answered the
Oh, yes, I
question
did.
correctly if you did. So with
I
that being
said
said,
her mother
thank you
is
for letting me help
Indian
you out.
and her
So you would
father
be
was
two, right?
Jamaican.
So if you're biracial and then one side of said race would be Afro-Jamaican, African, which would be
She's
black,
not going to
then
be
how would that
elected.
make you
She is
Indian?
not going to be elected
How
before
can
a
you be
white woman.
Indian
It's
if you're
simple as
also
that.
black?
Indian and not running our government?
Dee Dee,
Are you for real?
Dee Dee,
Yes.
if her dad is black and
He's
her
not.
mother is
Well, okay,
Indian,
even if
what
he's
does
black,
that make her?
that makes her Indian.
Oh, so do
Mm.
women
Her
have
ta-
more racial
no,
percentage
that,
quotas than men in
well,
dynamics?
let's me and you not fight
Right?
about it.
Okay, so
I
got you.
voted
So a
my
black
choice.
man sleeps with a white woman, and because the woman is white, the child
She's
would be
American.
white, correct?
He's American. The white woman would be an American.
I don't know what that has to do with my question. The child of the black man who slept with the white woman would be white,
Uh-huh.
correct?
No, it would be a black child. It
Well,
would be a mixed
well,
child,
no, no,
biracial.
no, 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 no. I'm following your line of logic. You said Kamala
No,
Harris's mother made her
I'm just
Indian,
talking about
despite the
because
fact that she
if
had
you are
sexual
talking
relations
about
with a black man.
Obama,
So
yeah,
how does how does a white woman make you more black than a person of color, an Indian woman? I'm confused now.
because she's Indian. She has no business sitting in our government.
So
He's
okay, got you.
passing the law.
I'm trying to figure out your math. I think I got you. So Indian genes is stronger than black genes, and then white
I didn't
genes
see
is
that.
weaker than black genes.
Well,
That's why
you
when you
can
sleep
put
with a
that. You
white
can
woman,
say
that
what
makes
you
you
want.
black, right?
Okay, let me just say, she's Indian. She has no business sitting in our government.
So, ma'am, I can't allow you to keep saying she's Indian if you're not standing on the position that you hold to make her Indian, right? So again,
Well, her
the
mother is
dynamic is
Indian.
different when black people sleep with Indians versus white women, according to you, right?
But he's not an American black
Is
man.
the dynamic different when black men sleep with white
Sure.
women versus Indian women? It's a yes or no question.
She's not a
It's
foundation
a yes
black
or
American.
no question.
What's it again? Say it again.
It's a yes or no question. I'll ask it again. And I
On
want you to
what?
actually listen closely because you seem to have this issue with like the words coming out of my mouth. Please let me know if I'm talking too fast or I'm talking above your head. I can dumb it down. So the question that I'm asking you is if a black man sleeps with an Indian, I mean, I've been called worse. If a black man sleeps with an Indian woman and then a black man sleeps with a white woman, the child would only be black if he sleeps with the white women because his genes are stronger than white people. I love the fact that you asked me to ask my question again and then you just talked over it and you're still not answering it. So I really need to understand your logic here. I'm trying to understand you. You're not making it easy, okay? I want to try this one more time, Dee. I want to have a genuine conversation. According to you, because Kamala Harris's mother is Indian, she wouldn't be black, despite her black father. So I'm asking you, and I did ask you, if a black man sleeps with a white woman, would that child be white? You said no. So the best I can ascertain from that scenario is that white genes are weak and black would trump that, but then Indian genes are strong, so then black wouldn't trump that. That's how Kamala Harris would be Indian, and then a biracial child of a black and white parent would be black. And you can just run. And you can just run.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Trump supporters request up in the box you the demographic of people that I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you may call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Am I tripping or not? Am I tripping or not? If with one race you can be black, still, your child can be black, but if another race, you would be that other race, then you're saying that this race is stronger than the other race. Or you realize you're full of shit and that's why you ran. That's the best I can come up with. Continue to tap the screen, guys. Best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Hector Talks with 2 R's and Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. Bella, did you vote for Trump?
No, sir.
Alrighty. Only need Trump supporters in the box. Whoever keeps calling, you can call back now. I'm not going to answer the phone when I have guests up. I don't know why you guys don't get that. 737-295-5321 is the number to call. I don't know why you guys fight so hard to eliminate someone's blackness. And that sounded, correct me, y'all tell me, that sounded like a black woman. Also, follow the backup account. For whatever they try to do to this one. Follow the backup account. Continue to tap the screen. Double tap it. Let's get the likes up to 100K. Thank you guys for knocking out that gift goal. I appreciate you. Let's get this show on the road. I'm going to go ahead and up the gifts now. We're going to do these little finger hearts. And Trump supporters, come up. Let's have a chat. Because apparently, we started off the conversation with a belief system that Indian genes are stronger than black genes. Now, if we wanted to say that their food is stronger, I mean, you know, if y'all had that food, that shit's spicy. I love Indian food. It is super seasoned. They throw everything in there just because. Amazing. Maybe we can have an argument about that. I think you have an argument there. You absolutely have an argument there. For anything else, I'm afraid you lost me. Cat emoji. You look like a Jolene. Jolene, did you vote for Trump? Jolene, did you vote for Trump?
But he's a miracle.
What?
A miracle?
Is that English? What, are you speaking English?
But ain't nobody knows Jolene.
Oh, you are speaking English. Okay. So you have a profile picture up of an older white woman, and I think she looks like a Jolene. Since you don't actually have a name up, that's what I'm using to refer to you for the remainder of the live. If you'd like to give me a name to call you, I will do so because I'm respectful. Or you can run.
Why are you running?
Well, bye, Jolene. Bye, Jolene. W's in the chat to Terrell for the $1 cash app. Not a woman FBA. That's a first. Yeah, we don't get a lot of those. We don't get a lot of women FBA types, which I wasn't going to entertain that. I wasn't going to entertain that. I don't think a lot of them even know what that shit means.
Hey, how's it going, bro?
Thank you very much for the $1, guys. Best way to support the platform if you'd like to donate is going to be the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Hector Talks with 2 R's or Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. In fact, I think I have one to read. W's in the chat to Melvin for the $2 super chat. Hello, my fellow educator. Keep teaching, brother. I do my best. I don't know what to cheat someone if they believe that Indian genes are weaker than white genes. I don't, or black genes. I don't know what to teach that person. Any cases, Unc, did you vote for Trump?
I did not vote at all because I thought that both parties were bad, if that makes sense. You don't sound happy with me.
I'm going to entertain this. You did not vote because you think both parties bad.
Yeah, both parties are corrupt.
Okay.
So, I mean, what is the point of voting if they're both corrupt?
Is
and they're
everything
both gonna
corrupt?
fuck shit up? Not everything, but they're all pretty corrupt in my personal opinion.
Okay. So let's see. Walmart isn't corrupt?
Probably Walmart is corrupt.
Do you
I
shop at
guess.
Walmart?
No, I really don't.
Where do you shop?
I'm gonna be honest, I do shop at Target and shit.
Oh, is Target
Probably
corrupt?
Probably.
Oh. So you shop at Target and it's corrupt. So you're selective about your corruption.
Yeah, I mean, it's like different though because once they're running the country, you know what I mean? On the other hand, I'm just shopping.
There's one hell
So
of
how
an
does those
argument I
two
can make
things
that
correlate?
corporations very much run the country because they use their money and corporate power and influence to lobby our politicians to vote for policies that benefit them and their pockets. So companies, quite literally, would be an example of how they're running the
so they're
country
like a
and are part of the
sponsorship?
corruption in our government. So there's that. I find it fascinating that you shop at Target and Target is corrupt. So why aren't you consistent?
Oh, well, I never thought of it that way. So you're telling me that like these corporates are like more of a sponsor for these politicians and shit for their like I don't know all their rules that they
Sponsor
be
isn't
making?
the word that I would use. I would argue the politicians would be sponsors for them in regards to how they vote on behalf of said corporations.
God bless you.
Thank you, Melly Mal, for the corgi. I appreciate you. Guys, if you want to, fuck it. Like I said, after this week, we're not pushing the gift gallery anymore. But if you click on my name in the top left corner, there's about 6 gifts left. If anyone wants to knock any of those out, feel free to. I think it costs too damn much. I would much rather you send $20, $30 to my links versus to TikTok because it takes half. But if you like the cool effects, by all means, do your thing. NET cupped. Unc, where'd you go? Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. And Unc ran.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
The point that I was trying to make is that everything is corrupt. Every aspect of our society is touched with corruption in one way, shape, or form. So, to look at the entirety of said system or party or body and say, you're corrupt because this, makes no sense whatsoever, right? Because corrupt Democrats are corrupt Democrats. If you have an issue with the corruption in the party and we are in a representative democracy where your vote determines if they have a job or not, then you'd be enabling said corruption by not voting it out. Congratulations, you're corrupt. You see corruption, you do nothing about corruption, you're enabling corruption. You're an accessory to corruption. That's something I need you non-voters to understand. It is what it is. Trump supporters request up in the box too, the demographic of people that I like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Make sure you're following the backup right here. Follow the backup right here for the next time they try to ban you, boy. For the next time, because there will be another time. So we're going to have to do a bit of a better job to get that boosted. W's in the chat to Jody for the $2 PayPal. Oh, shit. Much love from Australia. Jody, you are watching from Australia? We got some Australian motherfuckers in here. Let's go. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Nick for the $5 Venmo. If someone is apolitical, why the fuck do they come up on political lives? Why not get on a Pokemon live or some shit? Because, Nick, these people love politics. They just won't admit it. They love politics. They just won't admit it. It's actually part of a growing problem in this country where people look at our political process as a show. Oh, we just had that one guy yesterday. It was yesterday, right? The guy who came up and said, "Yeah, I just love the entertainment of Trump's entertaining." I didn't vote for a court jester. I voted for a president. And unfortunately, 77 million of you did not understand the assignment. W's in the chat. Thank you, Shauna, for the coconut juice. That's one of my favorite gifts. Coconut brother man. Coconut brother man. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the big difference between us and them. We like to get into all these like very specific detail breakdowns of what's wrong with them and all this stuff. I feel like, simply put, you guys got tired of all your Netflix shows because Netflix and other streaming services started to put out bullshit content, particularly after the pandemic. So then you decided to use our political process that actually affects lives as your source of entertainment. In its simplest form, that's going to be one of the examples I can give you guys. Make sure you send your daily heart me's. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Renee. Make sure you send your daily heart me's, or consider sending a daily heart me, becoming a fan club member. You get a couple free stickers when you use that. Cool beans, great beans. Cool beans, great beans. What am I supposed to be doing here? Oh, Nick. Nick, the last video I uploaded on my profile, you're in it. Not you, but the last video I uploaded on my TikTok account right before I went live, you're in it, Nick. To those of you who haven't seen my last video, it's not on YouTube. I'm working on that. But if those of you on the YouTube side, if you're following me on Instagram or TikTok, it's already there. But the video on YouTube, on the other social media platforms that I uploaded, I'm just going to tell you the name and you have to go watch it. I'm just going to tell you the name and you have to go watch it. The name of it is Save a Mom, Slurp a Soul. That's it. That's all I'm giving you. Save a Mom, Slurp a Soul. Go watch the video. Go watch the video. Trump supporters request up the box. You are the demographic of people that I'd like to have a conversation with. If you regret your vote, this is the safe space for you. For whether you believe it or not, I actually started this live, this specific topic, for the purpose of engaging with Trump supporters who regret their vote. I wanted to give them a safe space to explore when, why, and how, because your family probably hates you. If you have MAGA family, your friends, because a lot of the MAGA base, it's like, the reason why so many men, specifically young men, are drawn to MAGA is because it gave them something that your mother didn't and your father didn't and your girlfriend didn't. And then it gave them a family, it gave a sense of belonging, a title that they can be proud of, right? So when you leave MAGA, when you start to show disdain for MAGA, when you start to disagree with MAGA, the reason why it's hard to pull people out of that, because A, it's essentially a cult, and B, when you built your entire personality on make America fucking twatish again, it's very, very hard to leave that. Extremely hard to leave that. This is a safe space for you, a place where we will embrace you for your decision to leave such a destructive party. Better yet, and if you don't regret your vote for Trump, cool. I can give you several reasons as to why you should. That list is super long. I think we're on reason 6,738 and counting. Questions. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Wonderful. Do you regret your vote?
A little bit, but not totally, no.
A little bit. Tell you what. Start with your little bit, and then give me a reason to counter your little regret that would be worth it.
Sure. So I think that the Epstein files were handled really poorly. And the reason I would counter that is because I really appreciate what he's done for liberating people and for protecting our own country. So that includes what happened recently with Iran and what happened with Venezuela and ultimately our border security. And then that's another thing I regret is the HR department with ICE is fucking terrible. And like if they were able to do that, because, you know, Obama brought out just as many or more illegal immigrants out of the country, but it was, I think, a more cleaner manner of doing so. I'm sure Trump wants his legacy to be like good, so I don't think he intended for it to go wrong. But putting behind there, you know, that girl with ICE, I don't think she should be the one running that. So that's kind of my back and forth with it. But I did want to add a point to what you were saying, like about the brotherhood, or however you phrased it, about like MAGA and like, you know, you feel like you're belonging. I don't really feel like that. I felt like just, you I care about my country, and I think that that's why people, just like you guys, to be fair, right? Like we all care about people, and we, unfortunately, like whether you're on the left or right, I do find it sad that you can't have the ability for discourse, and there's toxic people on both sides, and I don't enjoy that divergence.
I think
was
we're
just
having a
scrolling.
discourse right now.
Well, I was about to say, so I was scrolling, and I liked it that you said this is a safe space, and I thought that was really beautiful. But then I think what happened was I realized more so this is only a safe space if you now agree with our beliefs. And that's pretty sad, man. Like, I think you should really just consider that regardless if people are still in MAGA.
I've allowed you to do quite a bit of
not the
talking,
enemy.
so I want to have a chance to respond. I want to go back to what you mentioned about the Epstein files being your reason for somewhat regretting your vote, and then following it up with you really like what he's doing with liberating other people. So my question to you would be, why is it that Trump supporters only seem to care about Trump allegedly liberating everyone else but American citizens here in the United States when he ran off of America first?
Those countries do pose a threat to us, and he is also taking care of America first. He's taking care of us with healthcare. Like, for example, I'm on Trump RX right now. I managed to get like a GLP-1 I normally couldn't never
You're
afford.
on Trump RX?
You got it, buddy.
How did that work?
You just go to trumprx.gov and you could get it attached to your Apple Wallet. It's like, they give you, I don't know the terminology for it, like that code. You show it to the when you get your prescription and whatnot, because otherwise I don't have insurance.
Did you say trumprx.org?
No, .gov, dude. Org would be a big old
.gov.
scam, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
and you can
it's
find
like lower
medication. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that was cool. I also appreciate that there's no new illegal immigrants coming in through our borders.
I can't
that's-
search several substances on here.
Substances. Well, again, man, I'm just speaking from
Find
a
the world's lowest
GLP-1
prices
that
on prescription drugs. This is a website that helps you find lower medication. How is this a healthcare plan?
So I'm going to give you the overall context so you could just see the solution. I would normally have to spend, I think, $1,000 plus a year ago to be on a GLP-1. I'm sure you know what that is, Ozempic, et cetera, like helps you lose weight. So now I spend $150. So that's pretty cool. And that's thanks to his administration and RFK. They negotiated with big pharma like Eli Lilly and the other few companies that are in control of all this. So that's just an example of how it helped out my life personally. So that was nice.
So then you'd support the Biden administration and their attempts to bring down the cost of 10 life-saving substances and inhalers and insulin capped at $35. They tried to do even more, and they were blocked by several efforts. Let's see. So you have what, an Ozempic pen?
No, I have like it's an equivalency. It's a GLP-1, so I just take like one pill a day. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said you went onto this website, and that's what brought down the price. The only thing on TrumpRx.com is the Ozempic pen. So how are you able to get this and do other substances or other forms?
Well, because it's clearly not showcasing all the other substances. If it's not, for example, mine's like Wegovy. So I guess it's showing one of the most popular, drugs right now that people are wanting to take, but they do.
Hold on. You said that you went to TrumpRx.com and you're able to do .gov and you're able to do all of this. I went to TrumpRx.com. That's what's up here on the screen. YouTube, you can't see it. .gov and pen. This is the only thing there with the 51 to 81% off.
Explain to you what anybody can do. It's not.
Yeah,
I'm
anybody. I just
it's like
did
you
it.
want to debate with anything about.
I want to be accurate in every single thing that we say and do here. I literally am anyone. I just did what you said, and I did it here. And what you're talking about is not true.
No, it is true. I don't really care about we could take the time out to help you sign up for it, I guess. I don't know.
My guy, I don't have to sign up for it. You said you went to this website and you just did it.
But it's just fascinating that I'm giving you if I would have said, and I got the Ozempic pen for 51 to 81% off, you'd have nothing to debate me on.
Yes, because then you'd be correct. I can substantiate it by this site here.
Dude. I'm trying to speak. So I'm trying to tell you that you could substantiate.
You just used an example of something that I could prove. I'm literally putting it up here. If anyone said I went to the website and I got an Ozempic pen with this discount, it would be there. You did not mention a pen.
Dude, Wegovy pill. Like, so even one of your followers on your side, if they actually are able to do due diligence with the same website, will come to the same conclusion. So you could literally just sign up for Trump RX, regardless of what drug they're showcasing.
Okay, cool.
And then you could go to your doctor, and that Trump RX thing will be available for your
Where
other
do you
drugs.
sign up for Trump RX here? Help me out. I'm on the website.
Sure, I'll try to help you out. Let me see. It's hard to see your screen with all due respect, but I can hop on my laptop
Can you not
if you
see
really
this?
want to.
Do you need it bigger?
It's blurry.
Is it
Like,
blurry?
I could see like a little bar. Like, obviously it says find
I'll
the
make it
world's
bigger
lowest
here.
prices
I'll
on
make it bigger.
prescription drugs.
Put a 1 in the chat if you can see the screen clearly. Put a 2 in the chat if you can't. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see the screen clearly. Put a 2 in the chat if you
We can all
can't.
see it says find the world's lowest prices. I'm enjoying your like show, brother, but I'm just trying to help you find how to sign up for it, right? That's what we're trying to prove a point of, that you can get other drugs and you help lower the cost in those drugs.
Got you. Let's go for it.
Okay. So I'm literally going to type it in on my laptop just so I could like navigate it better.
It's actually kind of sad
What is kind of sad?
on his part that you got to do all this.
What do you
just
mean
to-
all this? It's super simple. It took me like 10 minutes. It's like,
No,
and
I
it saved me
know that.
$900 a month.
I know that, but Hector.
We're not talking to you yet, ma'am. All right, buddy. You said you're on your laptop. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's do it.
Sure. So let's see. TrumpRx.gov, back on it. I'm scrolling underneath. There's other like types of drugs or whatever. And it says USA, Canada. Browse medications, so you could then see more. So yeah, go for it. Scroll down. You could hit browse medications.
It's at the top.
Oh, you're on it right now. Yeah, you see the Wegovy pill. Bam. It was like the top one. There you go.
Wegovy. Yes, you said Ozempic.
No, I didn't. Anybody can GLP-1, and we both agreed. We saw the Ozempic pen, and I said I in particular took a Wegovy pill. So there's your answer. 149, as I said.
Yeah, but you also mentioned Ozempic. That's literally
Why
we
do you
went down
want to
the
like
rabbit hole of
argue with me
Ozempic.
over any
Now that we've
trivial
established
thing?
the
That's
fact,
a bad demeanor.
it's not about
man.
trivial.
He's
It's about the
miserable.
fact that I
He's
pride
miserable.
myself on accuracy, and that's why we're here. So now
Bro,
that we
if you
have the
were to
clarification,
nitpick over every
yes, I
kind of
nitpick every
accuracy,
single
we
thing
wouldn't
here.
make
So
much
now that
progress
we've
in
got
the
this
world.
clarified, the Wegovy
Okay.
pill that you're talking about
You're
is
like a
very much
lawyer
here
in
on this
court, dude.
website. When I
It's
click
just-
on,
we're just having a
I
human
do.
conversation.
Okay,
We're
here we go.
having-
Here we
we're
go. Here we
human
go. This is
beings,
an
dude.
out-of-pocket price. If you have insurance, check your copay first. It may even be lower. Select your strength to see your savings. Okay, this is where you do your tablet, you do your strength, your amount. It shows the alleged original price.
I love how you're
This is
acting as
the
like an
original
authority in the
price
matter
represents
when
the
you just
wholesale
learned about this whole thing.
acquisition
I told you
cost.
the gist of it.
Okay.
So a year ago, it was
The
it was
savings
that
are
price.
$1,200.
No, it wasn't.
I want to go
Yeah,
back.
it was.
Hold on.
It was-
my guy.
it was over
my guy.
1,000
We
without
did all
insurance,
this
my
to
man.
find
You
the
just said it
substance.
wasn't.
We did all this to find the substance that you're talking about. Here we are. Okay. I'm here. The original price shows $1,349.02. I click on this little information button. Do you know what that says? Can you read that for me, please?
Cannot see it. It's blurry. Can you read it for me?
Original price represents the wholesale acquisition cost. What does that mean?
I don't know, Your Honor. Why don't you speak for me, Lawyer Lou? Like, what's going on here? At the end of the day, dude, it's really simple. I'm an everyday Joe. I'm not the smartest
Chat, why am
person.
I being
A
knocked for
year
wanting to be
ago-
accurate? Like, am I
Because
tripping
you're
or am I
just-
being
you
knocked
are
here for
tripping, my
being
man.
accurate? I'm so
You're just
sorry
being so
that Trump
nitpicky. It's not
supporters
that
just want to be able to
serious.
say anything and get away with
It's
it.
not about
I
anything.
think
Anybody with
misinformation
common
sense
and
will see the
disinformation
overlying
is
premise of what I'm
extremely
saying.
harmful, okay? Extremely
doing is
harmful.
extremely
so
harmful.
I
You're
try
so
to be
argumentative.
extremely accurate in every single thing that I say,
It's not
especially when it comes
that
to
deep.
Donald Trump. Now that we're here, Doctor, I believe you wanted to say a few words.
Yeah, I missed the beginning of the conversation, so if there's context I'm missing, I apologize. But Trump RX is not doing anything new, and it's not lowering drug prices. Good RX has existed for
That's Mark
literally
Cuban's
years.
company, right?
What?
Is that Mark Cuban's company, GoodRx?
No. Listen
Let me look it
before
up.
speaking.
No, I'm just asking a question. I heard you, and now
No,
I'm
you're
just
not
asking.
trying to listen to what I'm saying. You're trying to clap back about something really fast.
It was a
before you
question,
know
dude. I'm
what
not clapping
saying.
back. I was just saying, is that Mark Cuban's company? I'm not trying to debate you. I'm just asking a question.
Okay. It is not Mark Cuban's company. GoodRx is functionally the same thing as Trump RX. In fact, many of Trump RX's drug price coupons have the same code that GoodRx coupons have. I had it written down at one point whenever Trump RX first dropped, but it was like 30 something of the 43 drugs on there were available through GoodRx prior to Trump RX existing at all.
That's
and then
correct.
The ones that were not available, the website redirects you to. Actually, Hector, can you pull it up on the screen? There's Brexulti, Brexulti, I believe, is one that it appears to have it in place of GoodRx, but the only thing it does is redirect you to AstraZeneca's direct to consumer link. So it's not doing anything directly through the website there either. In the 2 or 3 cases of a drug that were not already taken care of before on other platforms, it redirects you to AstraZeneca, the drug company, directly and says, hey, just buy it here from them.
Which one did you say specifically?
I believe it was Brexulti. Let me check. I'm in front of my computer.
Let me see.
BRE. Oh, I'm sorry, Rexulti. I added the B because I'm apparently can't remember.
I'm looking for it here. So, what's it? I don't remember the name of this guy. Whatever your name is, guy. The reason why we went down this this whole thing is because I like to prove a point here. And when I say prove a point, when I say prove a point, it's not in the form of a gotcha. That's not what I try to do here. It's in the form of you guys tend to believe a lot of things that are wrong. And the only way we can move forward in society for the betterment of all society is if we correct misinformation and disinformation. So
I hear you.
The website here, Trump RX, I want to be 6,000% clear. Trump RX is not a healthcare plan.
God bless
It's not a healthcare plan. It is literally just this website that gives discounts off of many of these substances. Now, there absolutely is an argument, I can substantiate this, that some of Donald Trump's tariffs were utilized for bargaining down the prices of certain substance costs. 6,000%, that's objective, that's undeniable. Of course, he would have brought the prices up to begin with, but I digress. He very much used his tariffs to bargain some of these costs down. But many of these, as mentioned by the doctor, and as I can substantiate via GoodRx, that these prices were already low beforehand. There may have been a few on here that he was able to bring down, but you said you went to this website and signed up for something. That's impossible because this isn't a healthcare website.
Well, so again, and I agree with you overall on everything. There's no debate. Where I'm going with you is just because I know you're a detailed guy. Sometimes I think it's nice to also just see the overlying premise, as long as there's not a lot of ignorance sprinkled in. So hear me out just from the overlying theme. A year ago, these drugs were more money. I think we could all agree on that.
No, we can't. You
can't. Okay, then why can't you agree? Because I tried getting it a year ago. So this is my own experience. So how would you tell me it wasn't?
I mean, if you can speak to yours, that's fair. But we cannot put that on the other 44. In fact, I'll double check it right now.
Yeah, I'm sure in many cases it's not 1-to-1, and you guys are right. But I'm just giving you the experience that I personally had, and that's something I'm happy about.
Prices centrify a year ago. Please calls for 300 per volume U.S. pharmacies. 27. So when we look at, this wouldn't count because this is under Trump. But sure, we can say early 2025. I see the typical cost was over 300 a vial. Prices for a single kit generally range from 307 to 335. And then according to this website, I'm going to put this back up on the screen for you guys to see this. Okay. This is the first one. This is the first one on Trump RX. So the wholesale price, $316.12, and it's saying 93% off. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. Because when you click on it and you scroll, original price, hold on. This is the wholesale acquisition cost. This is for the whole thing. This is for the whole kit. Okay. and it's saying you saved $293, but it wouldn't be for the whole kit. It would be showing the price for the whole kit for the vial. We can see it here in a syringe and vial, 0.25 strength. All right, when we look up the average cost, just did a quick Google search. We're just going to run with the AI overview. Fuck it, okay? 307 to over 335. This is the rough average, with some reports indicating costs of up to 316 per unit before significant changes occurred in late 2025, which was represented here in the wholesale price. Homie tried to play you like a fiddle. I ain't gonna cap.
You are partially capping because, again, what you are really having trouble breaking ground on is that I'm agreeing with you on many things. So it's like we're both not disagreeing here. I agree with you on the first example. I'm just saying I'm an everyday guy. A year ago, this thing, I looked it up. No insurance I have. It was more money. Trump comes in. I'm not as articulate as you, as well versed and diligent as you. So I can't tell you,
my guy.
Yeah, of course. And that's really but I think I have more what's the word? Decency than you, just based on respect. So
I
maybe you
haven't
could
shown
work on
respect
that.
and decency to you.
No, not having those little jabs coming in. Like I don't expect.
What jab did I take on you at you?
Didn't you just take a jab on me saying when I was complimenting you and you're like, I don't expect you to be.
You
So
said
again, I'm giving you a compliment.
no. Listen, you said that I'm not as blah blah articulate as you, and I said no one's expecting you to. That wasn't a
Oh, okay,
jab.
my apologies.
I'm
I
saying
thought-
I do this
my-
for a
I'm
literal
not having-
living.
there's a-
I do
I
not
hear you.
expect
There's a-
people to
there's-
have the information off the fly.
There's a baby crying in the background where I'm at. I thought you were like saying something else. I apologize.
Just a second. Are you saying that a year ago,
Yeah.
a year ago now,
Yeah.
you tried to get the Wegovy
I did.
pill?
No, the Wegovy didn't exist. That pill
Thank
didn't
you.
exist.
What?
I know.
It
that
didn't
pill-
exist a year ago.
I know.
just caught that. He was saying he was trying to get the Wegovy
I was
pill
trying to
a
get
year
another
ago, and it didn't
GLP-1.
exist a year
I was
ago.
trying to get another GLP-1, and it was like for non-insurance. I remember it was.
So you're
a ton of
telling
money.
me that the price of something that we're not looking at,
Dude, we already
wasn't
caught
the
that.
price
What you're
of the thing that we
putting
are
together.
looking at.
I hear what you're already trying to.
No,
go at
this
me
is new
with.
information.
I'm
Hold
just-
on, this is new
Oh
information.
my gosh! Breaking news, everybody!
No,
The guy was wrong
Wegovy,
because
the
he wasn't about the
injection did
details.
exist.
The pill
Wegovy
never
My
existed.
guy, I don't know
Therefore,
why.
this guy's
Why are
an
you getting?
idiot.
Hey.
That's
hey,
how you guys are.
calm
That's
down.
how you come off as.
Calm down. Calm
you
down.
gotta calm down,
The
man.
point we're
It's not that
simply
deep.
trying to
Here's
make
the point I'm
is
simply
that
trying to
you
make.
said
it
you
was
went
more money a year ago for GLP-1s. Long story short, guys, you don't gotta be
Different drugs
Detective
will have
Pikachu.
But we
different
didn't even
prices.
compare
Are you
GLP-1.
kidding?
That's all I've been talking about this whole time. I'm not looking to compare other things because you're probably right about it. Maybe he's over exaggerating what he's done on these other pills. I don't care. I'm telling you my firsthand experience. That's why you just asked me what I think he did right. And that's how it personally helped my life. Because GLP-1s overall were more money. I was trying to get this a year ago. Now it's cheaper. Thank you, Trump. That's all I'm trying to say. Other
I'm
things you could
glad
beat
that
me
you
at
are
winning.
able to get it now.
Thank y'all for the
Thank you.
follows.
The whole premise since I have been up here was that Wegovy, the tablet, is what you can afford now, and you were not able to afford it last year.
The tablet didn't exist
and
last
never-
year, man. You're not going to beat me at this. I already know what you're trying to do. I get it.
I'm not trying to
If it
beat
didn't
you. I'm
exist
trying to
last year, we don't
explain
have
where
a
we're coming
comparison.
from because you were saying a very different thing until 2
It
seconds
was
ago.
overall the same thing. GLP-1s cost more last year. GLP-1s cost more
Wait,
last
is
year.
GLP
Same thing.
is GLP-1 Wegovy?
Wait, all of them. Weight loss, like
GLP-1s
Wegovy.
are the entire drug class, and the
Okay.
entire drug class do not cost the same. So, yeah, of course,
I'm saying overall,
the thing will
the
not
entire
cost the
drug
same as
cost.
the thing that you looked at last year.
Really quickly, W's in the chat to Mallory for the $10 Venmo. Mallory just wanted to send a bunch of hot eyes. Is it the pink hoodie? Thank you so much, Mallory. I appreciate you. W's in the chat to did I read that one? W's in the chat to Jasmine for the $1 cash app. For my cousin who's in the military, says this war is what? I'm sorry about your cousin, and if he got deployed. W's in the chat to hold on. Oh, got it. You sent more than one. Got you. Oh, Cash App. Guys, if you ever want to send a longer message, Venmo's best. Venmo doesn't have the character limit that Cash App does. So this is all one message here. For my cousin who's in the military, says this war is good because they have been killing us. Like, what the fuck? That was $2. Thank you so much, Jasmine. I appreciate you. W's in the chat to Anna for the $20 cash app. First live I've seen. Won't be the last. Great job. I do my best here. But apparently I'm being rude. I've been nothing but respectful. It's crazy how sensitive
Hey,
they
bro,
are.
on that note,
W's in the
I
chat
need
to
be rude
Brooke
and
for the
interrupt. I have
dollar
to
cash
get
app.
going.
They
I have
always
to get
take
going. So
correction
I just
as a
wanted to
personal
say
attack.
bye.
That
It was
part.
nice talking to you, buddy. It was nice talking. I wish you guys the best. Sincerely, all love.
Thank you.
Hope
You
guys
as
have a
well.
nice
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. W's in the chat to you, Brooke. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to Tristan for the $15 Venmo for correcting misinformation and community. Let's fucking go. W's on the community. W's on the community. Guys, please understand something, Trump supporters, and don't get in your feelings about it. If you come up here and you say something, I'm going to substantiate it. Okay? And if you're not the most versed in explaining exactly how it worked for you, that's okay. I'm not going to pick at you for that. What I am going to pick at you for is saying shit like, you tried to take a jab at me for saying, yes, I don't expect you to be as articulate as me, who does this full time. I have my sources up, ready to go. I know what to look for. I know how to search things. I do this full time. So me saying I would be better at this than you is not an insult to you. That's unfair. That's ridiculous. Goodness gracious. Anyways, Michael, final thoughts before I drop you down. Thank you so much for coming up.
Well, if anybody needs medications and they need a secondary source to make it more affordable, I think GoodRx is an amazing resource. I think it has over 1,000 medications on it as opposed to 43. And I really hope that we can improve the country's healthcare in the near future. But, you know, here we are. Anyways.
Here we
thanks,
are.
Hector.
Thank you so much for coming up, man. WCU. I've seen you in Erica's lives, and he just comes up and adds some context to some of the medical misinformation that's often being spread on these platforms. Big WCU doctor, you're more than welcome anytime. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I've been through 2 so far. We did Centricide, we Govy, and the prices were the same. If you do the quick Google search, the prices were the same a year ago. So you trying to say it's 90% cheaper based off of putting up the single price versus the price of the entire unit or the kit is disingenuous as fuck. This is the problem. If Trump's doing such a good job, you should be able to brag about it anywhere. But he puts up lies on government websites, and then I'm so expected to be boo-boo the fool. It's crazy. Anyways, Elizabeth, did you vote for Trump? Elizabeth, did you vote for Trump?
I didn't do it.
Elizabeth, I sent you an invite to unmute. I think your mic was loud. That's why I muted you. So if that works, come back off. Zen, did you vote for Trump?
Soda.
Zen, did you vote for Trump? XEN. You're unmuted and I'm hearing your loud ass background noise. Did you vote for Trump?
Oh, I did not mean to come up. I'm sorry.
No problem. Thank you so much. Elizabeth, are you there? You have an invite to unmute, or you can put in the chat that you're struggling. I don't know. Apparently people have been struggling with the mute button today. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and drop you down. Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people that I like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. 779 people in the live, not to mention whoever's on YouTube. Oh, 900 people total watching the stream right now. If you're not following me or subscribed, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday at 3 p.m. CST, after 3 p.m. CST, and randomly throughout the week. Consider becoming a team club, fan club member. Send your daily heartbeats if you haven't already. You get a couple of cool stickers that you get to use. Send your daily heartbeats. Let's knock out this little gift goal for the finger hearts. We have about 61 more of those left. Boost us out in the FYP. Share out the live with your friends and family, repost, add it to your story. And finally, the best ways to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Whether it's following me on the other social media, joining the Discord community, we're over 600 members strong. We just watched a movie night, Black Panther, last night. It was fantastic. Getting yourself some merchandise off of the merchandise shop, such as the Kamala Would Never line, which I'm going to be pushing heavily for some time. Because you know what Kamala would never do? Kamala would never make a fake ass website under the branch of the government and jack up prices as wholesale units and then try to reflect a 90% decrease for the single unit price. Kamala would never do that. Get yourself some Kamala Never merchandise off of the shop, also available on the TikTok shop. Finally, you may donate directly to the links in the bio, Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Whether you want to say a thank you, you want to support the stream, or you just like my cute face. I don't know. Throw it at me. I don't care. Trump supporters, we are waiting on you. I'm gonna do a bigger breakdown of this website, by the way, because that was the first red flag of this individual. He said that he went to Trump RX and signed up. Trump RX is not a healthcare plan. You can't sign up for it. So he may have signed in or signed in his personal information to get these discounts, but you didn't. You couldn't have signed up. All right. Then he mentioned Ozempic. We quickly went to which I now have some education on that. The bracket of those substances is GLP-1, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what he said? GLP-1? I think that's what he said. And that's what Ozempic and other things would be. So first we mentioned Ozempic, and then we were comparing it to Wegovy, which allegedly didn't exist last year. I did a quick Google search of Wegovy. And it said year ago, early 2025, the list price for a 28-day supply was $1,349, which very much matches with the literal wholesale price that they put up on. Hold on, you guys have to see this. I'm sorry, you have to see this. You have to see this. Trump advisors or whoever literally just went to Google, looked up the average price. It's right here. This is the AI overview. Approximately $1,349. It's right there. I'm not sure if you guys can see it clearly. I'll make it a little bigger. It's right there, guys. And then they went to the website and they put it here. Scratched off $1,349.02, 89% off, starting at $149. Don't tell me that government officials did a quick Google search and then put it on a government website to show a discount. I know that's not what happened. That can't possibly be it. That can't possibly be it. There's no way. There's no way. Sweet black imaginary baby Jesus. Trump supporters request up in the box. Trump supporters request up in the box. I am very curious to see who else was able to go to this website and sign up for Trump RX. Extremely curious about that. Extremely curious about that. Guys, we are on the road to 50,000 followers. So everyone in here, if you're liking the stream and everything that we're doing, feel free to hit that follow button. It is free. True Canadian patriot. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Okay. So imagine my suspicion, considering that your name is True Canadian Patriot, on your ability to vote
I
for
have a
Trump.
dual citizenship.
Ah, okay, got you. Dual citizenship. So you came over to the U.S.
I
to
vote
vote
for Green
Trump.
Party in Canada.
You vote for the Green Party in Canada, and then you voted for Trump in the U.S.?
That's right.
I'm having trouble tracking how that makes any sense.
Well, I voted for the NDP, but now Green Party.
What are the green? Give me 3 Green Party values in Canada that you voted for.
The environment, equitable distribution of income, and unity and peace.
You're joking. Are you joking?
How dare you call my opinions a lie?
I asked you a question. That's all I did.
That was my answer.
Okay. So you went over to Canada to vote for what's being held in the United States, democratic policies. And then over
I want
here,
the tax rate in Canada to be higher than 50%.
And then over here, you voted for draconian policies of Trump and the Republican Party.
Yes. I don't know what's hard to understand.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Why did you do that, bro?
Thank you.
Why did you do that?
Well, I think we need to support the undocumented immigrants of Iran. They will come. They will help the country. How dare you say they have no right?
Hold on.
They have no papers.
We can get to Iran. We can get to Iran, but your vote in 2024 had nothing to do with Iran. All right, right? That would have been different things that he ran off of. So you gave me 3 things that you voted for in the Green Party. Now
Well,
give
I'd
me
like to
3
hear you
things
say-
that you voted for in 2024 with Trump that he ran on.
No foreign wars.
I don't believe this.
No, you gotta listen to me. No foreign wars. America first, and not supporting Israel.
You're joking! I don't believe you're a real person. I'm going to tell you why I don't believe you're a real person. Because you just tried to go to Iran, and then the 3 things that you mentioned that you voted for, Donald Trump, in 2024, are the complete opposites of the point you were about to compliment Trump on with Iran. I don't believe you, bro. Why are you trolling? Why are you trolling?
Dare you attack my opinion?
Why are you
How
trolling?
dare you? How dare you?
Why are you trolling?
I'm American just like you, me, and Juan.
Why are you trolling?
That is not nice to individuals who are under the height of 5 foot.
Oh, I guess that was an accidental request. Bro, who'd you really vote for?
I voted for Donald John Trump to be the new supreme leader.
Trump supporters request up in the box you the demographic of people that I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you may call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I'm going to keep it $1.50 with you guys. Every now and then, we get a funny Trump supporter. Really? Every now and then, we get a funny Trump supporter. Whether it's intentional or not, we get somebody who comes up here and makes me fucking laugh. That wasn't one of them. That was pathetic. Do better. Guys, 734 people in the live. Let's get the likes up to 250K. I know we have super tappers in here because we hit 100K in the first 37 minutes of this live. My super tappers are in here and I love y'all so much. So, can we now get that energy to 250K? Show the algorithm want to be here. We're just going to stay live until Erica goes live in a bit, and then we're going to go support her. I'm going to go closer with her for a little bit. I'm not going to be up late tonight, though. I have plans. So with that being said, do all the good things. Double tap that screen. We have 28 more of these little finger hearts. Let's knock that out. And of course, support the stream. Links in the bio. If you're over on the tube side, hit the like button. You may send a super chat or a super sticker. Subscribe and turn on notification bells. Erica is live? The fuck? She said, oh. Well, she don't have to fucking wait. You have to fucking wait then. But we're going to rate her when we're done. We're going to rate her when you're done. All right, we're done. Trump supporters request up. Trump supporters request
God
up.
bless you.
Not friendlies. I see 2 friendlies in a request. Stay out the request. Trump supporters, we're just trying to talk to you guys right now. Send out some invites, mods, if you see them in the chats, because I saw a couple comments chirping. And let me go ahead and reset this goal here. Thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and do this one here. Man said, I like what we were doing with Iran, and I voted for Trump for no foreign wars, America first, and not sucking off Israel. Sometimes I don't believe you guys are... He was a troll. I refuse to believe he's a real Trump supporter. I'm going to keep it $1.50 with y'all. I refuse to believe he's a real Trump supporter. Rim, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Wonderful. Do you regret your vote?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You said that with such confidence. Not the immediate teacup. Why are you so confidently for Trump?
Because he's doing everything I voted for.
He's doing everything you voted for. All right, give me 3 of those things.
Deporting illegals, preventing Iran from having nukes, and fixing the economy.
Okay. I'm gonna write that down, make sure I remember them. We'll see how much we actually get through. So, deporting undocumented migrants. No nukes to Iran, for Iran. And fixing the economy. Cool. Just want to make sure I have that for notes really quickly. W's in the chat too. You guys literally wait until I get a guest up to call in the number. W's in the chat to Nikki for the $5 Venmo, just for your cute face, Nikki. Thank you so much, Nikki. I appreciate you. It is pretty cute today. I'm glowing today. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to Brooke for the $1 Cash App. Pastels, spring colors always look really nice on you. In general, colors like this, purple, yellow, pink, looks exceptional on black people. I'm going to keep it a $1.50 with y'all. Absolutely fucking exceptional. Thank you so much, Brooke. W's in the chat to you. All right. So let's go ahead with Iran. If you voted for Iran on the notion of them not having nukes, congratulations, you played yourself, because it is because of the Trump administration's actions is that reason why they have bits of 60% enriched uranium.
Yeah, but look at the regime. The regime's in shambles right now.
The regime's in shambles. Cool. I just want to go back to the fact that you said you voted for Trump so that Iran doesn't have nukes, and they're much closer to a nuclear bomb because of the Trump administration.
How are they closer than they were?
Yeah, because we had a 3% enrichment level in Donald Trump's first term because of the actions of the Obama administration with the JCPOA, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, which was a deal between Iran and several other places to denuclearize. And if they did so, we would lift sanctions on them. They accepted that deal. They were following that deal. Donald Trump said it's a bad deal for no reason whatsoever, pulled this out. And then every year after that, they've enriched themselves more and more and more and more and more.
Okay.
Not to mention, Donald Trump actually had a meeting with Iranian officials on Thursday in his attempt to make a deal. He showed this after blasting their nuclear facilities, 3 of them specifically mid last year with Israel. And he did all this and then said, hey, maybe we should actually try the diplomatic route and make a deal. Fast forward to Thursday, we have talks about a deal. Several Iranian officials come out the deal saying it was one of the most productive conversations they've ever had. And then Donald Trump struck them Saturday morning.
So it must have not been very productive.
We have no reports to say otherwise. Everything suggests that they very much were. In fact, there was another one scheduled for next week or this week now.
All right, but hang on. Let me ask you this. Are you actually going to believe the regime that kills 50,000 protesters? Or are you going to believe anything they say?
I mean, you believe the man who justifies the murder of American civilians. We have, again, no reports to say otherwise. Donald Trump wasn't the only one in the room in that meeting. While he said absolutely nothing on Truth Social, which is surprising, and I think would be evidence of the fact that the deal went just fine, other officials said that it went well. And even if it didn't, they had another one scheduled for next week, which is an indicator of the fact that Donald Trump did not even fully explore the diplomatic attempts that he would have attempted to make in actually coming to a deal versus he decided to go straight stick.
But who were these other officials?
What you gonna call it? Call me a second. These would be the people who went with him. Let's see. Went with Trump to Iran on Thursday. Why is it showing me everything? Why is it showing me everything from recently? I'm looking for Thursday. What was the date for Thursday, y'all? March the 27th. Let's do not 27th. Yesterday was the 28th. 26th. Let's see, Feb 26. Oh my God. Here we go. Top Middle East Commander briefs Trump on military option Iran. Brad Cooper is one of them. We have Dan Kane. He's the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, alongside several others. So, we have reports of this.
Talks went well.
Why would the president strike them after the talks went well and there was another meeting scheduled for next week? If he's consistent with no new wars and denuclearizing Iran, and they were willing to come to the table, why would you then escalate those tensions?
Well, let's see. Iran. Terrible regime. I think we can both agree on that, right?
They were a terrible regime when Obama was able to make the deal and stop them from having nukes.
Yeah, still a terrible regime for the last 47 years.
That's the best you have.
Yes, but no, not the best I have. But I'm still not certain that these talks went so well. I can't trust Iran on anything they
You're
say
more
ever.
than welcome to find contrary evidence. Feel free to. Based off of what we have, even if you don't believe their words, the scheduled meeting for next week would be an indicator of this deal not being over. And then you just interrupting it to strike them would have been a breach of your alleged attempts to negotiate peace.
Something we are missing information. There has to be. There's.
I think the only one who's been
I
missing
don't know what it
information
is.
up here was you. You didn't know about the meeting on Thursday. I did.
No, I didn't know about that. Thank you for informing me on that.
Yeah. All right. You said illegal immigration. He's getting rid of all the illegals. So my question to you is, what has an undocumented migrant done for you?
Not much.
Done to you is a better statement.
Nothing.
Okay. So why are you so worried about it?
Because they shouldn't be here.
What does that mean?
They're literally criminals.
Criminals by what metric?
By the fact that they came here illegally. It's a felon. It's a felony to enter this country illegally.
Felony bracket, misdemeanor. Charges would be a $250 fine the first time, up to $250, and worst case scenario, 6 months in prison and deportation.
But so why should they be here?
Why should they be here? Simple. Yeah. People come to the United States for the same reason we love the United States: opportunity, money, success. I believe everyone should have that ability if they put in the work.
We don't have the ability to take care of all of our legal citizens.
We're not taking care of them. We don't take care of them.
How are we supposed to? But we do, though.
We only take care of legally authorized migrants in the United States via refugee programs, asylum, so on and so forth. An undocumented migrant here cannot get access to any federal benefits that American citizens can.
Yeah, but they can't be here. They're taking jobs.
I'm sorry. Do we have a job shortage?
Not really. But
the best argument you can make in that regard, especially if we're talking about the kind of jobs that they're taking, let's be real. If you're mad that you're having to compete with someone for a fucking fry position at McDonald's, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not saying that's the only jobs that they would be getting, but if we're talking about the majority of them and statistically would be quote unquote low skilled individuals, yes, those are the jobs that you guys are complaining about. The only argument you can make here is that there are certain counties, particularly red ones, that are super small. And if you have a population of 1,000 people and you put 500 people here, that is a monumental problem. But statistically, we have data that shows undocumented migrants don't flood red counties with no opportunity. That's literally the opposite of the reason why they came here. They would be then going towards blue cities, most likely.
Yeah, that's true. But then there's also the dangerous migrants. And
the dangerous migrants that are deported, that are charged.
Yeah, but we have no way of knowing which ones are good and which ones are bad. So you just have to deport them all.
That's not true.
We have legal ways of entering this country.
You do understand we have records of the people who have been deported so far, right?
Yes.
The vast majority of them had no criminal records here in the United States, and even slightly, it was different abroad. We can look at reports from the 313 initial Venezuelans from March, or several others reflecting the 600,000 deportation number that he's touting around now. The majority of them did not have criminal records in the United States, and even a slightly smaller percentage of them, but still the majority, didn't even have criminal records internationally.
But they're still all criminals. They entered here illegally.
Again, just entering here is a misdemeanor. It wouldn't make you a criminal. And if we're going to keep that same energy, then we should go start arresting people who take Kit Kats from 7-Elevens and deporting them or giving them life sentences in prison. But we don't do that because it's not an aggressive crime.
No, I'm not saying them entering here illegally is an aggressive crime, but I mean, like, it's still a crime nonetheless. Like,
Yeah, but we
go
don't
back
treat
home.
all crimes
Go
the
back
same
home.
way. So the response to that crime would be unjust versus giving people
How
the
is
opportunity to become a citizen and come out of the light and become even more so contributing members to society.
Send them home, give them the opportunity to come here legally, and then they can come here legally.
Okay. Well, it would be ridiculous
there
to
is
send them
very clear-
home, then give them an option, and B, they came here for a reason, and C, you do understand that Donald Trump has made it harder for people to become legal citizens here, right?
Yeah, because we have too many. But also, before we
have
deport
too- how do
them,
we have too many?
also give them the option to apply for asylum and stuff.
We don't.
You are.
We don't.
Yes, we do.
Actually,
But
that was
when
an
they're
option
deported,
that they
they're
were
given
given
the option.
under the Obama and Biden administration. So, what's the word I'm looking for, guys? Expedited removals still have limited amounts of due process. Still have limited amounts of you being able to claim asylum when you're on the trip to being expedited out of the country. You have the ability to claim asylum and then prove it. Donald Trump has not given anyone that ability. He's completely taken it away. There's not a sliver of due process in his expedited removals, and that's a monumental difference between him and the previous
I've
administration.
literally spoken to lawyers about this. I literally spoke to a lawyer not even 2 weeks
And
ago.
I've literally spoken to people who are
He's-
not in the
he's
United States
an immigration
anymore
lawyer.
because Donald Trump picked them up and shipped them out. They had no say. In fact, they were held in deportation camps, detainment centers
Deportation
for
centers.
weeks at a time, weren't allowed to see or talk to their family, weren't allowed to even talk to their lawyers, who in some cases argued that they were American citizens or they had the ability to have their removal withheld. They weren't even given that option to see a day in court. So even if you did talk to these lawyers that say, oh, blah, 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 I can mention 10 times more people that were never given that option.
But I can still mention people that did have the option.
Sure. So then Donald Trump is not consistent across the board, which is another reason why I'd say he'd shit as this immigration thing.
Still getting them out of the country, which they shouldn't have come here
You,
anyways.
you mentioned that there's too many in the country. I didn't know that we had a maximum capacity of people in the U.S. Do you know what that is?
No, I'm not quite sure what our maximum capacity is.
So then how do you say we have too much here? Thank you guys for the follows.
From the sole fact that we can't even, like, we have housing crisis, we have homeless people, we have, like, not even all of our citizens are employed. Not all of our citizens have homes.
Interesting.
So why should we allow excess illegal immigrants to come in?
Debbie's in the chat to Joseph for the $5 PayPal. This looks like a message for Erica. I'll let her know. Thank you, Joseph. Debbie's in the chat to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Guys, best way to support the stream is going to be the links in the bio. If you're over on the tube side, you can send a super chat or a super sticker. So the housing crisis, Kamala Harris very much had a plan to address that in 2024. She laid out an 82-page document, a new way forward for the middle class and obviously the lower class, and it was to build 3 million new homes by the end of her first term. One of the issues that we have with housing is that we don't have enough homes for people, which jacks up the prices. So adding a bunch of homes to the market would effectively decrease that price, right?
Not necessarily.
How would it not?
How does she plan to build these homes?
Simple. Some of the options she talked about is deregulation and opening up federal land to be building them in that area, giving tax incentives to affordable home contractors who would utilize EV energy to not only bring down the cost of building the home, but the cost of energy as we get people moved in, so on, so forth.
They're just throwing more money at the problem.
How is giving a tax break or
This
giving
is-
a tax
this is-
incentive to contractors throwing money at the problem? The money aspect would have been for helping certain people, $25,000 assistance to get into a home. That would have been the money issue. But then again, in terms of bringing down the cost of homes, that would just involve working with what we already have.
It's okay. Okay, that's actually fair. I'll give you that.
Do you know what Donald Trump's plan was to bring down the cost of homes?
I believe I don't know if he actually passed this or not, but I do know he was working on like contractors they could not hold. Actually, I'm not quite sure if it was contractors. I should have actually researched this one a bit more.
The answer is nothing. His
that's
plan for
not
bringing down the cost of homes was mass deportation, which actually cost us a shit ton of money. Letting corporations do what they do, and we've shown that he sided with corporations like BlackRock and whatnot that would have bought up the affordable homes and been allowed to bid on them long before the average American can, with his Supreme Court justice that overturned the Dodd-Frank Act in 2022, and many other ridiculous actions. Look, man, you sound very young. I'm not going to beat up on you. You just don't know things, and that's okay. There was a time where I didn't know things as well. But I'm going to drop you down to the comments and ask that you look up some things and better understand why in the world you think Trump is a good person for the country. Kang, did you vote for Trump? Kang, did you vote for Trump?
Sorry, it was microphone. I'm actually Canadian. I'm not sure how I even got up here, but I am a Trump supporter.
Okay, I don't care. Trump supporters request up in the box. You have the demographic of people that I like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Don't I know you, Jazzy? Aren't you a friendly? Jazzy, did you mean to request up? I don't think he meant to request up. Maple MAGA is pathetic. Maple MAGA is pathetic. That's the second one. Am I on the fucking Canadian server? We had alleged, I don't believe him, alleged dual citizen. We had alleged dual citizen Trump supporter who voted in Canada for the complete opposite of everything that Trump was running off of here. And then Iran. Oh my God, that was weird. That was so weird. Alrighty, I'm going to open up the phone lines on the YouTube side and give you chirpers the opportunity to call the number on screen. Let's do this again. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people that I'd like to have a conversation with. If you are over on the tube side, you may call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. What is this? Look at the number text to the BIN. Oh, got you. I got you, Weibos. I got you. Good bit of information from someone from my Discord. You can check out the BIN number, the coupon that's shown on TrumpRx.com, and you can compare it to the exact same ones. The exact same ones on GoodRx. It's the same shit. I'm reading this for one of them. 115,995. The BIN on Trump RX is 115,995. Exact same ones. I have to do the bare minimum to show that this administration is embarrassing. The bare minimum to show this administration is embarrassing. It's just copy and paste everyone else's work, put Trump's name on it, and bam. But they still eat it up. They eat this stuff up. Friendly reminder, if Trump RX was a thing, thank you, Captain. If Trump RX was a thing, then Obamacare would not. Obamacare is still a thing. They were able to eliminate the subsidies, right? That's why we have the shutdown and everything else. But Obamacare is still very much in play. What are we doing? Trump RX is coupons, discounts that already existed for most of them, I would argue. I'm not going to say all. Most of them. Anyway. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. I wanted to show you guys a post. Here. And it is super duper funny. It's a Truth Social post that Trump made, or at least reposted. And we're going to go over it. We are going to go over it. While the Trump supporters are running chicken scared, we're just going to read this really quickly. But I want to open up the floor once again to not only Trump supporters who regret their vote, because this is very much a safe space for you to express your opinions. And no, I will fact check them. And that fact checking doesn't mean I'm talking hostile to you. Actually, I'm gonna talk mess about that for a second because that irked me a little bit. So, okay. This is something I've gone back and forth. We aren't running scared. You're literally about to reject the invite that was sent. C1 Fowler. Yes, I see you. You're literally about to reject the invite that was sent to you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I rest my case. So, Kid said that because I was fact checking everything, because I was being nitpicky about the information being spread, because I responded to his statement that I'm not like as good as you articulate, blah, 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 that I said no one expects you to, he took that as an insult. So, chat, there's a word for that and it starts with an F. I want to see if you guys are following along. There's a word for that and it starts with an F. What is that word? What did he display on this panel? Starts with an F. Let me see if you guys can guess it. Mandy's the first. That's a good one too. Absolutely, Bixie. That's good too. But Mandy was the first. Fragility. If there's one thing that I actually agree with Republicans on in sentiment and sentiment alone, is that fragility is not helpful to anyone. Okay? It's not helpful to anyone. It's a very difficult way to live. It can put you in some bad situations. The problem is the people that are touting around who the fragile side is are the biggest bitches on the face of the earth. These guys can't take nothing. You can't tell them nothing. Better yet, you don't even have to talk crazy to them. Me talking the way that I do sometimes, they just come up. You guys have heard it. They just come up yelling at me. Don't you fucking dare talk about the president. You want to suck off that bitch Kamala, but you got all this energy for Trump. Nigga, chill. He ain't gonna fuck you. You're not young enough. Sorry. All I'm saying is, if you want to talk about fragility, don't be fragile. Don't be fragile. If you want to talk about fragility, don't be fragile. Fragile and being keyboard warriors. Yes, I see y'all. I don't engage with the comments. I don't engage with Russian bots. You have to call in the number. You have to request it in the box. You're fragile with your comments. Okay. You're fragile with your positions. You're fragile with anyone who talks mess or accurately about your president and his entire party. And I just don't think that's beneficial to society. Make maggots strong again. Make maggots strong again. That is a contradictory statement because there's no such thing as a strong maggot, but I digress. Let's get into this Truth Social post that he made. I think you guys can see that. We're going to read the big ones, and then when it comes to the fine print, you probably not going to be able to read that. I'll just take it off the screen. I'll just do it. But this is a post that Donald Trump made on, what is the dates of this? 27th about afternoon. Okay. Which is a tough topic considering the fact that MAGA used to be wildly proud racist prior years. They're still wildly proud racist. What are we talking about? What would have happened if Kamala Harris had won? 11 bullet points on this sheet of paper. Okay. Follow along with me. Number 1, millions more illegals crossing the border. We don't track crossings, so you wouldn't know that. Number 2, billions more in fraud. Well, we just did this experiment the other night on a live where we Googled red states and the prosecutions that the DOJ put forward in fraud. So apparently fraud is still happening, particularly in red states, blah, blah, blah. And at least in our blue states, such as Minnesota, we prosecuted our fraud in 2022. Y'all just caught up to it. We prosecuted our fraudsters in 2022. Y'all just got caught up to it. Number 3, more criminals would have been released. Chat, did Donald Trump not pardon 1,600 criminals within the first week of him taking the Oval Office? Am I missing something? Interesting. Did one of them not a week after said pardon get himself shot by an officer because he was impeding law enforcement? Just wanted to point that out. I digress. Number 4, limits on free speech. I want to give Trump supporters an opportunity, do it right fucking now, to come up here and tell me how the Biden-Harris administration limited free speech. I am so sick and tired of you guys touting around this talking point, and then you can never substantiate it. I can tell you what not a single Democrat, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Buttigieg, Gavin Newsom ever said. They never got up on television and said, we took freedom of speech away. Not a single Democrat has said that. You know who has said that? Donald Trump. Number 5, gun restrictions. Do I need to get into the bum stop ban from his first administration? Do I need to get into the fact that they were exploring ways to take away firearms from transgender individuals? Do I need to get over the fact that even when you're legally permitted to carry it in the public, that Donald Trump, after ICE killed Alex Preddy, said he shouldn't have had a gun. He shouldn't have brought a gun to a protest. So that sounds like a gun restriction. If you can't bring a gun to a protest, that sounds like a gun restriction. And that's what this administration openly was advocating for.
God bless you.
Oopsies. Number 6, trans propaganda in schools. Still looking for those books. Still looking for those classroom curriculums. I'm looking for the document, the sheet of paper that goes, today tell a 5-year-old that he can be whatever he wants to be and he can cut off his DD. Still waiting for that. Number 7, higher taxes on everything. What's funny about this is that I actually halfway agree with it. I agree with the higher taxes, not on everything. Higher taxes on every person making over $100 billion a year, 6,000%. That is a true statement. Not this statement, but if I was to get clarification for this statement, higher taxes for the 1% that is robbing our economy. Number 8, more DEI hires. Chat, remember that DEI means diversity, equity, inclusion, and then the A that they don't want to talk about, accessibility. So Donald Trump has an issue with diverse backgrounds, inclusive workplaces and spaces, accessibility, and equitability, which they don't know what equity means. They don't know what equitability means. So that makes sense. Which we see reflected in the top Fortune 500 companies led to exact same or increased profits. Okay. Number 9, military recruitment would have plunged. I would love to see what evidence support the claim that military recruitment goes down under Democratic administrations. Because to be clear, military recruitment has been down several administrations, including Republican. That's why they have to put out all these ridiculous bonuses. That's why they have these damn recruiters hounding you like fucking dogs. They're always trying to get recruitment up, and it's been a struggle. Same thing with Border Patrol. Even though Biden did allocate more money to get some more agents in, the numbers were still struggling. These are just departments that will always struggle in that department because not a lot of people are willing to go die. There's a lot of people on either side that are a little, they don't trust the government and they don't want to work under it. We can't blame that on Democrats. Number 10, police would be defunded. That's true. What would we have defunded is the real point. We would have defunded aggressive weapons and tactics that enable wars on our streets versus actual community policing. I agree with that. 11, pack the Supreme Court. That's probably correct, and that's a good thing. So I'm going to give it only one truth and then 2 half-truths. One truth, 2 half-truths, and then 11 in total. 9 lies. No, 8. 1 truth, 2 half-truths, 8 lies. There's more to this post, by the way. There's more to this post. You see this paragraph here? We're not going to get into it. But he reposted this from some guy named Michael Savage. I don't know who the fuck Michael Savage is, but he posted this transcript of his words explaining all the things that would have went wrong if we voted for Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris won. He cites polls, actually. Let me go over that really quickly. Now, I came across this article the other day. Can you guys see my mouse? I don't know if you can. It's at the bottom of the first paragraph. Now, I came across this article the other day. Voter remorse. 45% say it would be better if Kamala Harris had won. It's shocking many voters, including some who voted for President Trump last November, now think the country would be in a better situation. God forbid if Kamala Harris had won. This is shocking, by the way. The latest Rasmussen poll finds that 45% of likely U.S. voters believe America would be better off if Harris had won the presidential election last year. That's shocking. 10% are not sure, but remarkably, 16% of those who voted for Trump, 16% of those who voted for Trump, he said it twice, now say America would be better off if Harris had won. 74% of Democrats believe the country would be better off now if Harris had been elected president, as do 22% of Republicans, and here's shocking, 37% of voters not affiliated with either major party now say the country would be better off if Harris has won. This is shocking. It's alarming. It's going to be in the wrong direction for President Trump and for the Republican Party. Now, I don't know how accurate this poll is, but I thought it would be the perfect time to look at what would have happened if Trump didn't win in 2024. It would have been a nightmare, and I'm not going to read the rest. It's only shocking to blind people. And I don't mean physically blind. I mean mentally blind, cognitive dissonant, willfully ignorant people. It is easy for you guys to think that Trump is doing a good job because all you do is listen to his speeches over actual data. You support him firing, say, people like the Bureau of Labor Statistics Commissioner, Erica, don't remember her last name, mid last year, and then putting in another person who just put out the exact same numbers. Only now, this time, withholding reports for certain months. It is easy for you to say that Trump's doing a great job because you don't look at what he's actually doing. You only listen to what he says. And we see that time and time again reflected on this panel. How many people will come up here and say verbatim Donald Trump's words versus actual Bureau of Labor Statistics numbers versus actual data in regards to the pandemic with the vaccines versus actual immigration numbers of encounters and whatnot? These people are still saying 20, 25, 30 million people enter the country in 4 years. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Alrighty, let's try this again. Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. It doesn't suit you. Double tap the screen. There's 643 of you in here. If you're not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday at 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. We are on our way to 50,000 followers. So every single one of you hit that button. It helps a ton. Make sure that you guys hit that button. Let's knock out this little gift goal here. We need 90 more of the live goals to be cleared. 90 more of the live goal to be cleared. Repost the live, share it out with your friends and family. Repost it, add it to your story. You can choose to become a super fan, as I mentioned yesterday in yesterday's stream, especially if you're in the Discord. The best ways to support is subscribing to the Discord. TikTok takes too much. Finally, there's going to be the best ways to do so, which is going to be links in the bio. Follow me on the other social media platforms. We're currently dual streaming to YouTube, so go subscribe there. Exact same username, Hector Talks with 2 R's. Same with Instagram. Join the Discord community. We're over 600 members strong. Great things happen in there. A lot of the things you'll hear me cite will be posted in the Discord first, so you can have it for yourself as well and your Maggot family members at Maggot family reunions. Checking out the shop, because Kamala would fucking never do all the shit that this man has done since taking the Oval Office on January 20th, 2025. If you would like to say that loudly, you can get yourself some merchandise. Hoodies, tank tops, shorts, pajama sets, everything. That is available on the TikTok shop and the link in the bio. And finally, donating directly to the platform, Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. Tubers, make sure you hit the like button on your way in or on your way out. Subscribe and turn on notification bells as well. Shout out to some of the hardest working mods over there. Thank you so much, Taurus, for the 250 jewels. I appreciate you. Sometimes these things don't always show up on my screen unless I go up. So I probably missed a couple. But to anyone who may have sent some jewels, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you as well. Alrighty. What is this about? That's right. She would have done a damn thing. I don't know what that means. David, Randygate, whatever your name is, you're about to learn, in the words of Erica, a valuable lesson. You get to yap outside of the club. My comment space is not a safe space. The guy tried to mention that I said earlier that my live is a safe space. My live is a safe space for Trump supporters who regret their vote, and it can articulate why, not the people who choose to tell me that 2 + 2 = 5 in 2026. Randy, I am so glad you gained the testicular fortitude to come up in the box. I'm assuming you voted for Trump.
Yes, sir. Why did you mute me?
Because my chat is not a safe space for Trump supporters to lie and ramble and chirp. I have a guest request box. You come up, you chat. Do you have a irrational fear of talking to black people?
Do I have?
Yeah.
No.
Then you're good. Congratulations. And you're showing it every second you stay up on the panel until you run, if you run. So you voted for Trump. Why don't you regret your vote? Not the immediate teacup. Not the immediate teacup.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that. I hit my side of my phone button. Democrats are, I mean, you would be a lot better if you would try to unite people, but I can tell you that Democrats are, look at what Democrats have done to our country. I'm a lot older than you are.
I'm uniting people.
No, you're not.
I literally am.
All I said was, you said if Kamala Harris would have been elected president, none of this would have happened. And I said, right, she wouldn't have done anything.
You said a damn
She was
thing.
she was the border czar, and she did nothing. And you muted me for that. And
I
think
didn't even
that's
see your Borders Are comment, but I'm so glad that you mentioned that. Okay, so I have a question for you. Who's the current
sir.
Borders Are under the Trump
Tom
administration? Tom Homan? Okay. And who appointed Tom Homan the Borders Are?
Trump.
Can someone else appoint Tom Homan the Borders Are?
I don't know.
I would argue the answer should be no. Okay. So Tom Homan's the Borders Are appointed by Donald Trump. Got you. No person under the president can appoint a vice president, or in case of Tom Homan, another official from ICE as Borders Are. Great, cool, wonderful. Can you tell me when Joe Biden appointed Kamala Harris the Borders Are?
I have no idea because Joe Biden couldn't talk.
So
he couldn't understand
talk,
a damn
how
word
could
he
he have
said.
appointed someone?
I never could understand a damn word he ever said on TV, so that's the only way I get information from him.
Fascinating. So if he couldn't talk, then he couldn't have appointed anyone in any position.
Well, I'm sure somebody in his administration appointed.
Well, we already established only the president could appoint someone as the Borders Are.
He didn't appoint anybody, dude, to anything. He didn't sign nothing. He didn't do shit.
Yeah, the president.
He wasn't even. They're going to prove before Trump gets out of office that he wasn't even legitimately elected the president. He's got 3 more years, dude.
Are you one of
If-
those?
if-
Are
if
you
you're
one of
so-
those
if you're
2020
so-
election deniers?
If you're so stunned at what he's done in 12 months, imagine what.
Are
he's
you
gonna
one of
do
those
in 3 more
2020
years.
election deniers?
You're stunned. Y'all cannot.
Yes, I'm
believe
stunned
that
at just
we've
how
done this.
embarrassing he's been acting in the past year. Are you one of those 2020 election deniers?
Absolutely, I am.
Okay. Were you at the Capitol on January 6, 2021?
No, sir.
Why not?
Why wasn't I?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even know that was going on, so I don't know how people even knew that was going on. I guess some kind of inner circle, but I wasn't in that inner circle, so.
Yeah, and you probably just didn't look at all the right places. It's expected.
And I
from
don't stay on
Trump
the news, and I don't focus on politics 24 hours a day.
Before we get back into, Donald Trump getting his back blown out by about 8 million votes in 2020, I just want to sit on the point of Borders Are. If Sleepy Joe was too inarticulate to appoint her as a Borders Are, according to you, and we established that only the president can do so, because only the president did so to Tom Homan 2025 onward, then your argument of her being the Borders Are would be a bold-faced lie.
Did she ever go to the border?
Twice.
She was accused of not ever going to the border, and she said, well, I've never been to Europe.
How does that negate the fact that she went twice?
I'm just saying, I don't know of a time that she ever went. And when she was asked in an interview if you've ever been to the border, she said, I've never been to Europe either.
She went to the border not long after that, and she returned in 2024. The vice president didn't have border responsibilities, so no, she didn't have to go to the border.
I think she was too busy trying to sober up.
Cool. So Kamala Harris wasn't the border czar. Where did you hear that from?
Say that again.
Kamala Harris was not the border czar. Where did you hear that from?
I don't remember. I try to put all that shenanigan, Biden, Obama, all that bullshit.
Glad you admitted it
behind
was
it.
shenanigans. Okay, so if you don't know where you heard it from, and it's so blatantly false, what else do you think is false that you believe?
Jasmine Crockett. Oh my God. The hood rat of the Congress?
Do you just have a thing against black women?
Why do you think Kamala Harris is black, dude?
What?
Why do you think Kamala Harris is black?
Why do you think I'm black?
She didn't turn black until she ran for president.
Why do you think I'm black?
She didn't turn black till she ran for president.
Why do you think I'm black?
She always claimed to be an Indian.
Why do you think I'm black?
I don't know that you are black. If you say you're black, you're black. You could be a Somalia.
Somalis are black. Hey, Randy, I feel like, chat, tell me if I'm tripping or not. I think it's starting to make more and more. Ooh, looks like you violated a term of service over here on the Tickety Talk side. And I had to remove you. Trump supporters request up in the box to you the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on the screen, 737-295-5321. TikTok said harassment and bullying. I had to remove him. But he came up here and very early on showed exactly why he stayed in the comments. Isn't that funny? You ever have those guys who chirp in your comment section for a long period of time, and through muting them or whatever, they finally decide to come up and like in 0.2 seconds is like, that's why you stayed in the comments. You're stupid. You're a stupido. That's why you stayed in the comments. It makes sense. So here's my new argument. Here's my new revelation. The reason why Trump supporters stay in the comments and chirp, the reason why they don't call in or request up in the box is because they understand that my intelligence is far superior to them. And that's not complimenting myself because I am not that smart. They understand that they don't know things and they don't want 900 people combined to see it. That tracks. That actually tracks. I'm unamused, y'all. I'm unamused. We are coming up on the 2-hour mark. I'm not going to lie. We could end it at the 2-hour mark and just go raid Erica. If we don't get anyone, we could just end it here and just go raid Erica. That's what I'm thinking. I've had my fun. Also, when I'm actually like in a good mood 2 hours into these lives, I kind of want to keep it. And if I go to Erica's live, I'm going to be able to maintain this mood before some degenerate decides to like challenge me. So there's that. Let's see. Let's see how Erica's doing. See, she got Liv up there. Got this dude who needs to be blocked and banned. I'll do that actually my damn self. Why did the mods over here just mute this account and not block them? Like I just got here and they were muted, but they weren't blocked. The fuck? Caso Hector raid? How the fuck y'all saying Hector raid when I didn't even say we're ending? What's wrong with people? Anyways, we're going to give it a couple more minutes. Better yet, we're going to give it 300,000 likes. Double tap the screen so the heart bar gets full. If all 752 of you double tap the screen so the heart bar gets full, we can easily be able to get the likes up to 300K within the next 10 minutes. And if we do that, we're just going to go ahead and raid Erica. But while we're here, I will give Trump supporters the opportunity to not prove the fact that They're not that bright. And request up in the box. Defend your position. If he's doing such an exceptional job on immigration, if he's doing such an exceptional job on affordability, if he's doing such an exceptional job on foreign relations, you should be able to substantiate it, right? Right? Oh, guys, I'm going to need to see some huge W's in the chat, at least 100, for Victoria for the $50 Cash App. You are so informative on YouTube. I do my best, Victoria, and your support helps me continue to do it. Thank you so fucking much, Victoria, for the $50. Big W's to you. You guys know how to support the stream. You guys know how to support the stream. Caller, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Cool, caller. I just want to let you know, if you were over on the TikTok side, I would send you a little gift rose that we have over there for having the testicular fortitude to actually call in the number on screen, because it seems to be lacking today.
I'll be back 1 second. So, I got a question. You support Democrats?
Yes, I do. The party?
In the House of Representatives?
Some of them, yeah.
AOC, Rashida Tlaib.
Yeah.
Omar, you support them?
Yeah.
Can you tell me why you support them? I mean, they voted against deporting rapists, murderers, and sex offenders and pedophiles.
What vote was that?
Ooh, there was 150 of them.
What vote was that?
Got it right here.
It's an interesting point considering
HR 7393.
Sounds familiar. Hold on. HR 7393. Boom, 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 boom. The Save for Success Act?
Let me see.
No, this can't be it. Introduced.
For forever.
119th Congress. This is once again.
158 of them.
Younger Generation Save for Success Act. What is this one? HR 7393, 118 Congress, 2023-2024. What is the year of this bill? Because when you look up HR 7393, if it's
2024.
2024. Okay, so that in the 118th Congress, 2023-2024, is to amend the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 to provide a refundable credit for certain home accessibility improvements.
Right.
If we that's not
Maybe that's
immigration. This other one was 2025-2026, and that's a completely different.
Let's
do 2024 immigration and see.
Oh, baby.
Based on search results, HR 7393 in the 118th Congress, 2023-2024 is not related to immigration, but rather the Save for Success Act.
Congress.
Hold on. Is it the Dignity Act?
Legal Act. Immigration National Act to make those who committed sex crimes. This one individual passed on Wednesday, but unanimously supported by lawmakers. 158 against deporting rapists, pedophiles, murderers.
You can just tell me what you're reading, and I can pull it up from there.
Violence against women. Illegal Aliens Act. Voted against Illegal Aliens Act. No, just a guy in there. He's a Democrat.
If you can give me the name of what you're reading, I can pull it up and find the bill.
Yeah, it's the Illegal Aliens Act.
It's named the Illegal Aliens Act?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. 158 Democrats. Just look up Democrats voted against deporting sex offenders, rapists, and murderers.
Sure. Democrats voted
Let me find the bill.
Deporting.
House passes bill to deport
sex offenders. We'll just do 158 Dems. The Violence Against Women by Illegal Aliens Act. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
I
That's the one.
remember this. So, this bill establishes certain criminal grounds for making non-U.S. nationals, aliens under federal law, inadmissible and expands the crimes for which a non-U.S. national is deportable. First, the bill establishes that a non-U.S. national is inadmissible if the individual has admitted to or convicted of acts constituting the essential elements of stalking, child abuse, child neglect, child abandonment, SMEX offense, conspiracy to commit a SMEX offense, a violation of certain protection orders, and domestic violence. All of these would be deportable offenses under current law.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Like, I support women, don't you?
All of this are deportable offenses under current law, and we would have a right.
Yeah, but it would fortify it because they just release them in Democratic states. They just release them in Democratic states.
Next, the
So
bill
ICE can't get
establishes
'em.
additional grounds for deportation. Under current law, a non-U.S. national is deportable for certain criminal convictions, including domestic violence, stalking, and child abuse. The bill makes any SMEX offense, including crimes against minors or conspiracy to commit a SMEX offense, a basis for deportation. This quite literally was already the same case. The issue with this bill was the language of it and how it was written. They were trying to make more undocumented migrants deportable for nothing offenses. It mentions these
It was
ones
pro-women.
specifically.
It was
It
pro-women.
mentioned these
It
ones
was
specifically
pro-women.
because of how aggressive they are. But again, we've been deporting undocumented migrants
It was
based off of all of
pro-kids.
these things
It was
already.
pro-kids, and it was pro-women. And Democrats hate that.
Cool. Did you miss the part where we've deported undocumented migrants for all of these offenses already? It's the broadening of
happened.
their deportation abilities that Democrats voted against. We
No,
have this
they
thing
have all
where
the-
if it's a civil
Tell me
misdemeanor,
one.
if it's a civil offense, we don't think you should be able to be deported based off of that.
Justify one single thing in there. Justify one single thing in there.
I literally just told you.
Justify one single thing in there. Because then why wouldn't you just pass it?
Told you.
Why wouldn't you just agree to it?
Do you not hear anything I just said?
I heard everything you said. You're against deporting any illegals.
No,
Like
because
the rest of the
all
party.
of the people that are mentioned, the qualifiers here that would make someone inadmissible. I didn't hang up.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I didn't hang up. I remember this. Couldn't get the name right for the life of them. But yeah, Democrats didn't vote against this because we don't care to deport violent criminals. It's the fact that while you guys vote for a violent criminal, civilly liable sexual assaulter and child predator, you name bills this. We can look back at the Lake and Riley Act as well that passed. The problem was the language of the bill. The language of the bill. They'll put at the forefront the worst that hurt women, which are things that we already deported undocumented migrants for, things that we already prosecuted undocumented
God
migrants
bless you.
for. And then you would try to expand the ability to deport other undocumented migrants for other crimes unrelated to even anything criminal. They could be civil. That was the issue. It's literally in the first line. Inadmissible and expands the crimes for which a non-U.S. national is deportable. The problem was the language of the bill, not the specific reasons that were cited in the second paragraph as reasons for deportation, because they already are. If you guys can give me an example of a SMEX offender who was an undocumented migrant, who was held in a sanctuary city, or Democrats said no to deporting, Democratic judges, so on and so forth, please present that information to me. Because if you're to make the argument that Democrats don't want violent criminals against women to be deported, if you're not a citizen, then you'd have to support that with evidence. I have yet to see it. In fact, you guys tend to leave out the fact that the unaliver of Lake and Riley, Jocelyn Uruguay, were people who were able to come back to this country time and time and time and time again because of Donald Trump and his implementation of Title 42. And I'll blame both presidents for this because Biden initially tried to keep it as well. The issue with just catching someone who comes to the southern border and then deporting them back is that you don't vet them. Let me help y'all out. Title 42 enabled DHS and border officials to just deport people the second they came here, right? Doesn't matter where you came from, what you are, whatever. We just send you back. That's all. And then they just made the trip right back. We saw several people who were prosecuted under the Biden administration and even now who just kept coming right back because of Title 42. If we had a process that when they came here, we vetted them, and then we saw their criminal records here in the United States and abroad, prosecution should have taken place. We could have sent them back to their countries of origins with their records stapled on their fucking forehead for all I care and say, arrest this person. He is a threat to America and he's a threat to you if you do nothing about it. But that's not what we did we? We just liked that we had low encounter numbers because you guys don't know what encounters mean. If you're actually about processing criminals and making sure that they don't have the ability to do it again, you would not support policies that enabled that criminal activity. Congratulations, y'all played yourself. We're going to do this last call, and then I think, we're at the 2-hour mark, and I think we're going to end it here. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you may call the number on the screen, 737-295-5321. Not sleazy fucking Nancy Mace being the one introducing this. That makes sense. You guys remember Nancy Mace, the woman who could have been the sole vote that would allow us to subpoena the Department of Homeland Security for all records in regards to the killing of Renee Nicole Good? You remember that? And then she said no. Y'all remember that? Chat, did I just bring up an example of state-sanctioned violence against women that Nancy Mace voted for? Chat, did I just bring up an example of Nancy Mace trying to play hero, play all holier than thou by introducing this bill and its pathetic language, despite the fact that when it came to violence against an American citizen here in the United States, state-sanctioned violence, federally sanctioned violence, mind you, she was like, no. Oh, it's almost as if you only care when certain women are harmed. Even then, you don't. Republicans looked in the face of a white woman and said, fuck you. I don't know what hope there is for the rest of the country. I don't know what hope there is for the rest of the country if Republicans looked at a white woman and said, go to hell. We don't care what happens to you. I'm not making it racial. I'm just making an observation. W's in the chat to Rainey for the $2 super chat on YouTube. I appreciate you. Your mic got low. Yes, I have a glitchy mic. And I have to keep checking it regularly and turning up the volume. It's annoying. I have to get a new one once I take care of some other things. Otk, thank you for the 250 jewels. I appreciate you. Torish, thank you for the 250 jewels. Did I miss anything? I think we got it. Thank y'all so much. W's y'all for 300K. I want to give it another call before we go, but guys, 543 people in here. If you're not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday at 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. A Shure mic is expensive. If you fuckers would like to donate to the links in the bio for a Shure mic, let's do it. That shit is expensive, okay? I was about to get a new cord just in case it's a cord, and if it's not, then we can talk about getting a new mic. But oh my God, those things are expensive. Anyway, hit that follow button in the top left corner. Don't worry about sharing out the live. I think we're about to end in a second. If you guys want to knock out the goal, by all means, so be it. But of course, check out the links in the bio. Yesterday, I woke up early Saturday morning, so it was like 1, 2 a.m. when I was about to go to sleep. I got the news. It was in Covey's server where she posted it, and we forwarded it into other ones that Israel has struck Iran, and then inevitably it came out that the U.S. was involved in that as well. Then Donald Trump came out, addressed the nation, and verbatim said, hey, some Americans are going to have to die. No one cares. He didn't say no one cares. And the first thing I thought of, the very first thing that came to my head, as it has been so often for the last going on 2 years, Kamala would never. Kamala Harris ran off of improving foreign relations. Kamala Harris ran off of making deals with even some of our enemies so that we can avoid World War III. Kamala Harris ran off of taking care of American citizens and bettering the lives of people abroad as well so we can increase our soft power, something that Donald Trump has done away with. I was listening to Santana's live, and he brought up a really good point that I think a lot of Trump supporters and even those of us on the left forget to bring up. It's that Donald Trump's appointees of Kristi Noem and other individuals when it comes to foreign relations because of their appointments and the fact that they have been compromised or alleged to be compromised. We lost allies, particularly in the EU, that would give us foreign intelligence and information on some of our enemies, right? Some of our ops abroad. Because they don't trust these people, because they could be assets, we do get information from several nations. How does that help us on the foreign stage? How does that help us on the world stage? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Oh, we got another chirper? We got another chirper? Oh, well. Make that make sense. But yes, if you'd like to get yourself some Common Would Never merch, you may do so with the links in the bio. It's also available on the TikTok shop, those of you who are here. If you're over on YouTube, I actually connected the shop there. So you should be able to go right to my profile and you'll see all the merchandise. You may have to do some scrolling though. But if you specifically want to see what's in the Common Would Never selection, you can go to the shop. This is not the hat that's on the site. Let me be clear. There's a different Common Would Never hat. It's not distressed. It's a lot cheaper. This is an expensive hat. There's also going to be a hoodie, as you see behind you. We have tank tops, shorts, hoodies, pajama sets, all of the good things. I'm working on earrings and mugs. I'm working on Common Would Never earrings and mugs. So we're going to do that soon. Join the Discord community. We are over 600 members strong. We have a ton of fun in there. Follow me on all the other social media platforms. If you search Hector Talks in a platform, you don't see my account. That means I'm not on it. We're just on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Thinking about the Blue Sky and X account may be coming if I have the fortitude to deal with those morons over there. And then finally, if you like to support the platform, whether it's because you like what I'm saying, you want to push out the media, you just like my face, you may donate directly to the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Hector Talks with 2 R's, or Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. If you do jewelry, make sure it's not the kind that turns your skin green. Oh yeah, I have sensitive skin when it comes to certain metals and stuff. So I'm very big on the jewelry that I wear, which is not much. I just wear a bud and a necklace. Cece, did you vote for Trump?
Oh my God, I didn't mean to come on. I certainly would never vote for that moron.
That's a good answer. But unfortunately, Cece, you're going to have to pay the accidental request tax. Can you tell the people to tap the goddamn screen?
Come on, people. Tap that screen for the guy. You know he's right. You chirpers are ridiculously dumb. I mean, come on, man. Think before you open your mouth. I'm a 77-year-old woman, and I've been through a lot of presidents. This is a disgrace to our country. A disgrace.
That was so much better than what I asked you to say. WCU, thank you so much for coming on. WCC, big W to CC. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. Alrighty. I think we're going to call it here, y'all. I think we're going to call it here. This is one of the shortest lives I've held, but I can get used to this, y'all. Shit is a lot of labor. We're going to go ahead and raid Erica. Give me a second. I'm going to set it up over here on the YouTube side. Did it go down again? No. I'm going to set it up on the YouTube side. We're going to raid Erica. Let me go find the name of her show. And then go show her some love. I'm going to hang out there for a bit. Moz, look out the request just in case anyone gets here. Let me set up this redirect. And if you're over on the YouTube side, it's going to automatically send you there when the live ends. So don't worry about going there now. I just said it. You will automatically be redirected to Erica's live once we end here. So you're good. You're good. What am I supposed to do? Hold on. YouTube. Go back here. Guys, I need y'all to do a favor for me as well once we end the stream. TikTok is doing its thing again with suppressing the fuck out of my content. So once we end the stream, we'll go do an Erica raid, but also go check out the last video on my profile, the very recent video I uploaded on my profile. It's from last Sunday's live. Last Sunday we held God Doesn't Fuck with Trump, Why Do You? And we had an interesting guest come up. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. We had an interesting guest come up. I'm going to pin this GIF. Let's at least knock that out before we go. And no, Shauna, you can't clear it. This is up to everyone else. Lock out this last gift before we head out. All I'm going to do is tell you the name. I'm only going to tell you the name of the video, okay? Save a Mom, Slurp a Soul. Save a Mom, Slurp a Soul. If you're looking like, what the fuck, just go watch the video. Just go watch the video. It is hilarious. It is hilarious. What up, Skeptic? What up, Skeptic? It's just, they think they can get you with homophobia, right? They think they can get you with these little things, and it's like, you don't know who I am, bro. You don't know who I am. Anyways, go watch the video. Go watch the video. Fuck the gift. I don't care. Y'all taking too long. We're going to rate Erica. I'm going to go ahead and end the YouTube side first. YouTube, thank you guys so much, whether it's through your super chats, your jewels, your comments, your likes, your love, your support and engagement. Big W's to you guys. Shout out to some of the hardest working mods out there on the platform. We will be back tomorrow. I don't know what time, but we will be back, and I'll catch y'all later. Go support Erica Shante. As soon as I end the stream, it's going to automatically